Hello, hello. Welcome, guys. It's Miss Boos again.
And Miss
And
Tion.
we're from International Academy of Flit. Welcome to a writer,
Brunette.
Holmes, and Brownell.
Brownell.
Yep, welcome, guys. The daughter's going to be in the camera a little bit, so just know that. Again. Stop, right?
Mom, I want to see.
All right, guys.
Okay, so today we decided to bring another story to you guys, and it's a little longer than the one before, but it's dealing with traveling. And right now, again, due to the COVID-19, we're not able to travel, so it's a time we could just use our imaginations and think about being in another space, another time, and another culture. So we're just going to introduce another culture and their way of living, and it's different from ours.
Know that.
But it's always good to have some type of versatility about yourself. You want to be diverse in the way of life. So I want to introduce you a book called
Harem's Hands. Hands.
Hands.
Hands.
What can these hands do?
What can you do with your hands?
By Lynn Barach. Okay. The day my parents, Akira and Kaoru Suzuki, left for Japan in 1999 was one they would never forget. They were taking their first vacation in 35 years. Mama and Papa were going to visit family they hadn't seen in a long, long time.
That's us right now. That's all of us right now.
Yeah, it really is. It's a lot of family that I wish I could see. You take a lot of things for granted, but during the time when you really can't see your family, it's a lot of family that I wish I could see right now. So think about some family that you may be interested in seeing. Some cousins, your favorite uncle, all those good people.
My brothers, my sisters, all of them.
Back in Japan, my father grew up in a rural village near Tokyo. He had 7 brothers and sisters, and money was scarce.
How many brothers and sisters you got, Miss Tion?
I'm only child.
Well, I have, it's 6 of us all together. It's 3 girls and 3 boys. I come from a big family as well. I wonder how many of you guys got brothers and sisters at home.
In his school photography, Papa was the only boy without a uniform. His family couldn't afford one. Papa always accompanied his mother to the fishmonger. He was fascinated by the mounds of fish. His mother remembered this when Papa turned 15 and had to leave their village to find work. Akira, you could be an apprentice to a sushi chef. A fine craft, his mother said. You'll always make a living, and the fish will remind you of a home. I couldn't really do it. No offense to anyone's culture, but I tried to do the sushi, and I couldn't do it. Now, I know they have the kind where it's cooked, but I don't know.
Now, I like the cooked sushi. I get the one with the imitation crab, California rolls, actually. They have them at Myers, $4.99 to be, since we're here, $4.99 at Myers. With the COVID-19, it's every day. It's priced like that every day. And they've got good sushi. They've got raw sushi. They got California rolls. They got blazing rolls, chicken rolls. They got them all. So if you're into sushi, which I kind of am, try it. She don't like it.
Give me some soup.
Okay.
Give me some.
Okay, here.
But you might like it. So
You may.
you might like it. So Papa signed on as an apprentice in the Kamahachi restaurant in Tokyo. Papa's mother was glad he was a boy. A girl could never be a sushi chef. People thought a woman's soft, warm hands would spoil the fish. Besides, tradition dictated that woman's place was at home. She ate after her husband finished his meals, and when they went out, she walked behind him. Now that's different.
That's a different type of culture than we're used to. For sure. This is the Japanese culture. I guess this is how it goes down. Very different. Would definitely take some getting used to.
Yes, it definitely would. But this is their culture nonetheless. The first year, Papa scrubbed the kitchen. He watched the sushi chefs, Intame, make their perfect sushi rolls. The second year, Papa cooked the rice. On New Year's Day, he made 25 batches of rice. Whew, that's a lot.
That's a lot of rice.
By the third year, Papa began to cut fish with a very sharp knife called a yanagi. After 7 more years of learning to make sushi, he became a full-fledged chef. He worked 12 hours every day with only 1 day off each month. Ooh, only 1 day off. That's a lot of hard work.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important that the body has time to rest. So I guess he said he can keep going, Papa there.
That's in their culture. That's what they do. They work long hours.
They work very long hours.
But we're definitely getting that rest that we need with this COVID-19 going on. We're definitely getting the rest that we need. Maybe not the air. That's another story. But hopefully everybody's getting the rest that they've needed.
10 years later, in 1964, Papa received exciting news. Kamahachi's New York restaurant needed a chef. They had chosen him. I guess all that hard work really paid off. New York amazed Papa. He could get a drink by putting a coin in the slot of a machine. Women were everywhere in the streets, on subways, in the shops, working in offices. It was ladies first in elevators and through doorways. There were big cars, big Porsches, big opportunities. So that was definitely a culture shock for him.
Yeah, that was definitely new for him.
Yeah.
Especially putting coins in the machine to get it popped,
That was big, and then ladies first.
Yeah,
and here,
definitely.
we want to get the ladies the portion of the first.
Mm-hmm.
And they ate in smaller portions, so we come here, we eat in bigger portions.
I guess that's where they get Americans. They're greedy.
Yataka, Papa explained, New York was abundant, plentiful, in so many ways. He loved it all. So it was, even though it was a cultural shock, he was liking where he was at the time. It was fascinating to him. Papa worked at Kamihachi 15 hours a day. He lived simple and saved most of his salaries. After 3 years, he could afford to open his own restaurant. He called it Asaka. One day, friends came into Papa's restaurant with a young woman named Kaoru. They were introduced. Was it the fish? Was it the rice? We would never know. But Papa and Mama fell in love that day.
That's cute.
Soon they were married. A year later, in 1978, my mother presented Papa with a tiny package. Me! Papa thought I was more precious than the most perfect sushi. They named me
Hiromi.
I grew quickly into a sturdy, happy little girl. And just to show you guys some pictures of the storyline.
Hiromi's a girl's name in Japanese. Yeah.
All week, I went to school with my friends. Then on Saturday, I went to Japanese school. I learned to read and write Japanese. I learned about Japanese tradition. So, he had no days off for school.
Right.
It was Monday through, Saturday.
Saturday, still. Yep.
Still. How many of you miss school, being in school and seeing your friends at school right now?
I do.
I do too. But we're practicing social distancing. Every year in early February, we celebrated Sesaban, the day before the first day of spring. We cleaned our apartments, then we scattered beans to chase away evil and welcome in happiness.
Another tradition.
Yes. On March 3rd, we observed Hanami Suru.
That's good. That's good. Dude, that's good.
Bear with me, because I'm not...
These are Japanese words.
Miss T.I. is trying, but...
She's doing great. She's doing great.
Girls' Day. This is a day when people pray for young girls to be healthy and happy. We displayed dolls and peach blossoms. The dolls were handed down from my grandmother to Mama to me. I respected the old customs and traditions of Japan, but I also wanted to be like my friends. We were in America. Japan was far away. That's understandable.
I get it.
I didn't see much of Papa. His days began early in the morning and went straight through until 10 at night. The only time we had together was Sundays when the restaurant was closed. I miss Papa. I wish I could spend more time with him. When I was 8 years old, I went to see Papa after school one day. May I go to the fish market with you? I asked. Papa was surprised.
Here,
The Fulton Fish Market is no place for a child, he said. I wouldn't take no for an answer. I pleaded until Papa gave in.
I know a little bit about that.
We left for the fish market before the sun came up. The market was loud and smelly. No talking, Papa said. This is serious business. I kept close to him, but I had many questions. What fish is this? I asked, soon forgetting Papa's warning. What's that? I wanted to know about every fish in the market. At first, Papa didn't answer. Then he realized I was really interested. He began to teach me.
Show 'em. All that fish at the market.
It had to be a fishy situation.
Very fishy. I would assume so.
On a typical day, Papa brought tuna, salmon, bonito, mackerel, various clams, and fluke. I laughed when he showed me how fluke was different from the other fish. Fluke had both eyes on the same side of his head. Okay.
That's. We're going to have to show him this picture. Right there.
Yeah. We'll show you.
It's weird. See it. Right here. It's got like two eyes right there. It's crazy.
Have you ever seen a fluke before?
I've never seen a fluke.
Never seen a fluke.
I like to go fishing myself, but I've never seen a fluke. That would be a fluke.
We loaded all the fish into a shopping cart and then put it in the back of our old beat-up car. Papa drove me home so I could go to school. He went on to the restaurant to get the fish ready for making sushi. I went to the Fulton Fish Market many times with Papa. I learned more and more. When Papa touched the fish, I did the same. Your fingers should not leave a dent, Papa explained.
That's a good way.
Firm is fresh, soft is not. Notice the eyes too. They should be clear. The fins should not be broken. I love the time I spent with Papa at the fish market. I love being a part of his own grown-up world. He really gave some good pointers right here, how to look for a good nice fish.
Seriously. You know, pointing at it and the firmness, and that's crazy. The
Yeah.
fins. I fished all this time, didn't even know it.
When I was 13, once again, I went to Papa. May I help you at the restaurant? I asked. I took pride in my knowledge of all the fish. I wanted to learn to make sushi like my father. I wanted to become a sushi chef. Papa could see how excited I was. If you really want to do this, I will let you try, he said. You know fish as well as any man. And this, and this is America. It's just so right. Girls can do things here that they cannot do in Japan. Who knows? You might even become intimate sand.
She's good. She's good.
Look, she's dreaming about it. This is how bad. This is actually her dream to become a top sushi chef.
Mm-hmm. She hitting it with these words, y'all. Y'all don't even know it.
And so I began my apprenticeship, helping Papa after school and on the weekends. I scrubbed the kitchen floor. I learned to make the rice. I washed the grains, then steamed the rice. I tossed the cooked rice with seasonings and panned it so it would cool quickly. This gave the rice a glossy appearance. This is important, that rice, you got to cook that rice right.
You need it right. The rice is the whole... If you've eaten sushi, rice is in it. And that's the thing that keeps it together, the rice. How good it is. Okay.
Papa was demanding, and the work was hard. I knew his high standards were meant to teach me to be the best chef I could be. It took 3 years until I got on my own yanagi. Remember, the yanagi is the knife that you use to cut the fish, and began cutting fish. And she looks very confident about it too.
Very content with learning.
Mm-hmm. She's in her element. Eventually, I mastered every type of sushi. I could shape the rice into ovals and lay small slices of fish over them. I could wrap the fish and fish tightly into a nori, the seaweed used to make sushi rolls. Finally, I could turn out beautiful sushi just like Papa. Okay, so on this page, it's just showing you the different type of sushis that one can get and how they're wrapped differently. And I'll just show you the picture of them. I didn't even know they had all these different varieties.
Good.
Especially like this cone shaped one.
Mm-hmm.
I never seen one like that.
That's
before.
the rice one. All of it's got rice in it. All of it, though.
Mm-hmm. And that seaweed that they had wrapped around it.
It's the black stuff.
Nori. One day in 1998, we had a surprise. Mr. Ito, the owner of Kamihachi restaurant in Tokyo, came in for lunch. He greeted my father warmly, but he was shocked to see me behind the counter. I changed
Harem.
myself, said Papa. Let her show you what she can do. Nervously, I prepared sushi for Mr. Ito. My fingers flew, wrapping and rolling just so, though my mind was in the world. Would I be able to slice the fish perfectly, roll the rice tightly, and present the dish with artistry as I had been taught? So she got a little nervous right there.
It's a nervous moment.
You know, and that's understandable when we have things, we want to make sure we have it right, but don't try to overthink it.
Mm-hmm. Just do.
Just do. Mr. Itu watched me silently. Then it was his turn to be surprised. He popped one piece of sushi into his mouth, then another and another. He ate every piece. That was as good as the sushi at Kamihachi in Tokyo. Wow. Mr. Itu said, "Congratulations, you are truly a Itama-san." I was so proud. That was the first time anyone had said those words to me. Wow.
That was a good proud moment.
That was a proud moment. Oh, well, here. This is Mr. Itu talking to her. He ate every bit of it, too.
Let me see if I can get some chopsticks. Because you eat sushi with chopsticks. Let's see if I can find a chopstick.
They were just the words Papa needed to hear. After so many years working in a restaurant, he finally put down his yanagi. And he and Mama went off to Japan. He knew Asaka was in good hands. My hands. And that was the end.
That's the end. And here's some pictures of the sushi. So you eat sushi. When you eat sushi, you use chopsticks. These are chopsticks. Once again, they have these at Myers as well. So it's like an art to it. You kind of gotta, let me see. How am I holding it? You gotta kind of hold them like this. Okay. And you use your finger. Let me see what I got to pick up. Okay, this is a good size. No, I'll use this ginger. Okay, so I got this ginger that I've been sucking on this whole time, guys. And you kind of just, I don't know, you kind of, see if I can do it. I just use it and pick it up like this. Using your finger. Pick it up like that. Yeah, like that. That's a good way to use chopsticks. So, that's how you do that. So, anyway, you guys, that was a great story called Harem's Hands.
In the back, they also, if you decide to purchase this book or get it, they do have the glossary and pronunciation guide. So I'm reading of it. I'm like, oh, okay, I got that right.
Yeah.
But some of them, like, okay, the Girls' Day or Doll Festival, just so you know, because this is a culture, it's pronounced Hin-a-Masuri. That's how you pronounce it.
Hinamasuri.
Hinamasuri. Yeah. Just wanted to let you guys know that. And that's Girls' Day or Dolls Festival. So, yeah, this is a really good book. And it's definitely a good read.
Harem's Hands. I hope you guys really enjoyed the book. I did. It actually kind of made me want sushi. And then I got the chopsticks out, so that made it worse. But, yes, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed the story.
We just want you to take this time to just reflect on learning another culture. And, if you ever get a chance to visit Japan, you already kind of know a little bit about it just by some of the things that they mentioned in the book. And maybe you might want to try sushi. It never hurts to try something just to see.
Mm-hmm.
You
should.
Tion.
You should.
Not gonna do it.
You should. You should.
But I do encourage you to try things because, like we said, we want you to have some type of diversity about yourself, so
Right.
you can learn to respect other people's cultures and respect yourself.
So, thanks for tuning in, guys. I don't know. Think of the next place you want to go next time we can. Next time we get off lockdown. I think I'm going to Vegas. My sister's there. I think I'm going there.
Well, Miss Tion feels like she may need a vacation on the beach somewhere,
That
just
sounds about right.
in the islands, somewhere in Caribbean islands. It would be nice to go, just a peace of mind, clear your thoughts. So I'm definitely thinking about that in the near
It's
future.
not a bad idea.
Yeah.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Hopefully, we see you next time.
All right.
Later.
Have a blessed day.